Hello everybody, welcome back to Stinky Robot Studios. I'm Michael Smale, and welcome to the Stinky fam. We're going to drill here on the channel. We're going to draw a new piece of art every single day, a couple days a week, and I just want to take a second to say welcome to the show. I mean, catching my train of thought here real quick, kind of jumped on there pretty quick, but anyways, here on the channel we do drawing from start to finish in about 2-3 hours. I hope you'll join along today. Grab a pencil, sketch with me, draw with me, or just want to watch what I'm doing here on the channel. That'd be fantastic. Your first time here, or you've been here before, reach down there and smash that thumbs up button first thing so we can get this thing started. Let me know you're in here. Show me a little bit of love. I always appreciate that. And I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel where you enjoying along in these drawing adventure. Come along with us as we create something new every day. Typically it's a robot, aka the Stinky robot. So, thanks for showing up, guys. Where we're at today, we've been working on emoji robots. So we did one on Monday and Tuesday, or no, sorry, Tuesday and Wednesday. And grab. This is the one we did yesterday. Let me show you real quick. Turn off this clock. But yeah, this is what we did yesterday. So this is kind of the idea. We did one also on Tuesday, but that one has already sold and it is on its way to its new homes in the mail now. So thank you, WT. And we're gonna continue this today, and I plan on doing live stream tomorrow as well. So we're gonna just do emojis all day, all week, right before the show. And I kind of want to kind of planned out which emoji I'm gonna pick. So I got the emoji picked out where I'm gonna go with today. So yeah, we're gonna just jump on here and get started. P-Funk, how you doing, my man? Good to see you on here. All right, we're gonna turn this clock back on. We're just gonna start drawing. See if we can get the emoji set up. Yeah, we missed Monday's live stream, so I'm gonna make it up tomorrow. We're definitely going to be going live tomorrow night, so hope you all tune in for that one. All right, I've been doing all straight on shots, so I think today we'll stick with the emoji thing, but let's give them a little bit of a side angle. I think that's a pretty good idea for today. Doing great, my friend, doing great. Took the kids out the disc golf course. Every Thursday made a deal with them, so every Thursday is a disc golf day with Daddy. So we pick them up from school with a disc golf bag in the car and take them straight out to the course. Today we had to pick Mommy up from work first, so we ran a little late and it ended up raining on us. One of those rains where it was sun was shining and we were in the sunshine and getting poured on at the exact same time, but we still finished our game out. Walked out of there wet, but we finished the game. So it was a fun day. I've been going pretty long and skinny with these heads, so I think I'm gonna do the same here. Let's extend him out a little bit. Take him all the way to the top of the paper. First we gotta figure out that emoji. I'm putting them all right on the top of the forehead, at least as so far this week. So we'll probably just do the same thing here. So that's kind of laying where our circle is gonna go. And like shooting to have the sketch part. So pencil work. The goal is to knock this out within the first 20-30 minutes tops, but man, I shoot for 20 minutes is kind of my goal. Have this initial pencil sketch done. So that's our first target goal. Is let's see, 20 minutes to come up with a sketch. Mind you, I do these right off the top of my head. I don't really have them pre-planned for the most part. Again, the trick is always to come up with something new each and every time. So lines are kind of my grid to see where I'm going with things. Hey Stacy, how you doing? I need to make room for my eyes, so maybe this is going to drop a little lower. A little bit lower here. What are you guys all up to tonight? P-Funk, Stacy, WT, what are you guys up to tonight? Just see, do. There's our center circle. Where we at? 6 minutes? 6-minute mark. Very nice. Yeah, the family's all down there relaxing. Like, Dad, let's watch a movie. I'm like, that's so tempting. I was like, I want to sit and watch a movie with you guys. And now I was like, I'm gonna go upstairs. You guys have fun. So they're all watching the movie downstairs. I wish I was relaxing, chilling out with them. We got back from the disc golf, and my wife was like, I don't want to cook. I'm supposed to have basil chicken tonight. That sounded really good. She didn't feel like cooking, so We did the Mickey D thing tonight. Now, he needs eyes. Where are we gonna put them? Yeah, these robots have also decided I kind of want to. They're all stylized after Rusty. At least they have been so far. I don't know. The emoji bots kind of stylized with Rusty. We decided this whole week is kind of be dedicated to flirting around with this style of robot. Of course, they change quite frequently, but as of this week, what we're drawing, something a little bit different. We're just chasing this rabbit down the hole, see how deep it goes. And then we'll start on something new next week. I'm always messing my styles up a little bit. Yeah, we're pretty spoiled around here. My wife is a really good cook. So Mickey D's was kind of a letdown. Is it ever not a letdown though? That's the real question. Yeah, we're trying a little weird stylized thing going on. Let's see. Chase this for a second, see if we like it. It's different. Kind of like that. We're gonna roll with that. Where are we at? 11 minutes. Still doing okay on time. I think we're gonna go with the hollow eyes today. Kind of almost a skeleton inspired piece is kind of how this is turning out. It looks like a robot skull. Could be fun. Yeah, I was talking about like how I used to do smiley faces on Monday and all my work back in high school. Kind of what started off the whole running down the emoji world lane. With the if you're wondering why I got stuck on that, you should check out Tuesday's live stream. Yeah, I went on a little tangent about how I used to do a lot of smiley faces in high school. I made hundreds of these little smiley face character guys, and that's why I hide smiley faces in my work still today. Kind of a little homage to my old high school days and what I used to do back then. And I thought, well, I'll put a new twist on it. Let's do emojis, because emojis are kind of like the new modern smiley faces. So that sent us down the rabbit hole of where we're at today. Just kind of mess around with different emojis. Make these cool looking vents right in here. I don't want to do too many of them because that's be a lot more work. The more I make, the more work I got. So we're gonna maybe limit how many I'm putting in here. Just stick with 3 for now. Alright, that's different. It's fun. "15 minutes. I got roughly 5 minutes to finish it up. But again, we don't have to stop at 20 minutes. If we go over a little bit, we go over a little bit. That's just my initial target range. Yeah, I'm not gonna do big antennas today. Keep off the big old antennas for today. maybe. Hey, WT is back on. How you doing? Good to see you back. Okay. What do I got in mind for today's emoji? Well, give you a clue. It's a smiley face. Oh, I think I got one in mind for today. We'll just about to put him on here in just a second. Almost done. Where we at time-wise? 21 minutes. Yep. And we went over. No big deal. Story of my life. Over time, over budget. I'll clean up this detail real quick so we can make it strong as we can. We always try to work quick in as timely manner as possible, but you got to give the work what it wants, what it needs. And so it needs just a little more love. That's what it needs right now. And we need a little more. Final details on so we can move forward. Alright. This guy turned out to be pretty detailed. A little more detail than I had planned on putting on him. These lines that work down here is trying to get pretty sketch just because I'm a bit of a rush to get it finished up. We can clean it up with the ink pen here in just a second though, so I'm not too concerned about it being rough. Okay. I wasn't planning on putting antennas in here, but you know what? I feel like it needs it. Yeah, it just feels like it needs it. So showing that these are too large, shrink this down a little bit. Like so. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, smiley face. Let's put this guy in here. Which character are we going with today? We're gonna go with the classic smiley emoji. Felt like knocking the classic one out. Like felt like this one needed to be one of the emojis I did this week. So we're gonna get him done today. That's still too angled. When I like that first eye, I'm not liking this one. Let's fix it a bit more. Yeah, it looks better. Can't be too big, they can't be too small. Gotta be just right. Let me double check. I don't think he has the teeth mark, but I need to double check. 1 second. Oh boy, classic smiley one does have the teeth. You were way off, huh? No. Oh wait, the face is kind of like that skull face, I think. So, having it juxtaposed with just the super happy one, probably the best way to go, I think. Face up a little bit, makes those teeth look a little weird. Those too big. And check here with my inspirational source. Looks good. I think his mouth is a little too bent down. That's why the teeth look funky. And you go a little wider. A little more off to the side. I make sure it's right. People look at emojis so much that if it's a little off, I think people are going to think this is going to feel a little funky. When you get it pretty accurate, I think. That'll help. Okay. We'll go with that. I think that's accurate enough. No, I'm going to shrink down the face, the smile just a little bit. It'll carry it away. Perfect. And of course, I got a bunch of thick lines out there. I can see what I'm going with. So, that's good. Was it Darth Smiley Bot? 30 minutes on the nose, so yeah, a little longer than I like on the sketch, but I'll allow myself up to 30 minutes, so we took every last second we had available, didn't we? A little sketchy on these lines down here. I need to make a few corrections before I start inking it in. Otherwise, I might really kick myself here in a minute for not paying attention. I think that should do. Every time I say I'm done, I jump in and start making more pencil marks. And I just feel like he needs a little bit of rivets. A little rivet action. Okay, that'll work. That is good enough for me. Let's do it. Thanks, W. Appreciate that. We need to find a way to paint this piece kind of on the dark side of things today. With the super happy smiley face. Because nothing says dark like a smiley emoji. This is kind of the process I wish I could speed up, fast forward through the outlining, but I'd take my time and try to get the cleanest lines possible as fast as possible. While we're doing this, it's time for a little bit of selfless promotion. Stinky Robot channel is brought to you by StinkyRobotArt.com. If you're interested in seeing what other large body works I produce and that I make and have prints available for, you can always check out the website. This is right there below my face. If you're also interested in purchasing one of these live streams, these live streams are up for sale on my website. They are sold as blind boxes, but if you do not wish to purchase a blind box, it's real simple. Just got to hit that contact button, shoot me a quick little email and say, hey, my name is, and I'm interested in purchasing this particular live stream, say number 23, 24, whatever, number 35, which is this one right here. And as long as I have it available, I will shoot you a message saying, no problem, I gotcha. And I'll stick your name on that one and send it in the mail for you. That's a pretty easy process. I'll just tell you to make sure you purchase it after you talk to me. I do recommend, though, you contact me first before you make the purchase to ensure that I can set that one aside for you. I'd hate to... I've already sent out one in the mail because you purchased it first and then realized that was not the one you wanted. But I will definitely work with you to make sure that you love your new piece of art. So whether you want just a surprise show up in the mail and be surprised at what it comes in a blind box, or if you wish to know which one you're getting and receiving, either way, we aim to make you happy here at Stinky Robot. Tank, there you are. Haven't seen you all week. How you doing, bud? How's that back doing? You up and moving around just yet? Cause he still got you laid out for a while. All right. Trying to fix a little bit of perspective on the fly. When you do knockout drawings this quickly, a lot of times sometimes you sacrifice certain details in order for speed, and a lot of times that turns out to be perspective. I try to really be on my perspective, but occasionally it gets a little funky here and there. When you're doing a piece in 3 hours from start to finish, things sometimes get a little bit askewed. But I highly recommend it. If you guys still haven't had a chance to see what my larger body of work looks like, I strongly encourage you to swing by and check it out. Even if you stop by the website just to see the work, you don't necessarily have to purchase anything from me. That's not that big a deal. It's always nice, but by all means, just showing up and wanting to draw with me or hang out with me makes you my friend. Well, hang in there, Tank. Hang in there, bud. You'll be up and running, dancing in tutus in no time. Not sure if I'm lucky or what. I was kind of joking with Tank there and said dancing in tutus, but luckily my little girl was never that super girly girl, so I never had to worry about the tutus and the dance classes. She's not much interested in that stuff. Sports, yes. Dance, not so much so. She didn't just tell me about it, she showed me the pictures. You look fantastic. Yeah, tutus happen. Life happens. See, I can't believe it. My kids think it's really embarrassing when dad dances in public. I'm like, I'd be stoked to have me as my dad. They just think I'm the most embarrassing person on the planet. I don't get it. They don't like when I sing in public. They don't like it when I dance in public. What is the point of having kids if you can't embarrass them every time they turn around? Yeah, I know you get it, Stace. Yeah, they got such a hard life, don't they? What about you, P-Funk? You got any kids? Not that you know of. Every time I see the name P-Funk, reminds me, well, I'm an ex-smoker. I quit, I don't even know now, 5-6 years ago. But all I smoked for years and years and years were Parliaments. The P-Funks is what we call them. I go get outside and get me a P-Funk. Hey, what's going on, P-Show? Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. You're hanging out at a payphone, huh? Trying to phone home. Those take me back. Sitting at a payphone with a P-Funk in my mouth. Yep. Alright, so let's see where we're at here. I think I've got the grill kind of mocked in there. We just got to do the body, and we need to step it up a little bit. We're at 46 minutes, so we're going to get here to color. We need to start stepping up our game a little bit. I'm going to start putting the drawing in fast forward here mode here real quick, guys. Definitely feel free to talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Easy to get caught up on the chat when I'm definitely not trying to ignore you guys. We all change over time, that's for sure, P-Show. We all change. Yeah, you should have seen me back in the day. I mean, I was always super cool. Those art geek kids. I'm hanging out in Kansas City here, guys. Actually, a little suburb of KC. right. I think I've pretty much got them all marked in now. I'm just trying to go over, trying to figure out if there's any areas I missed or need to make adjustments before we go to ink. I'm ready to put down the pen. A little thick in here. Right. Cool. Extra detail right in here. Clean this up when I go to ink. I can kind of go over these lines and clean them up. I feel like that part got a little bit funky, so we're just going to make it, we're going to change it up just a little bit. Get more of that kind of, there. And that made a big difference. That looks way better now. Sweet. That's it, guys. We have a sketch in front of us. We can go to ink. Let's do this. 51 minutes and we are officially at the eraser. I've got all those extra pencil lines we don't need no more. I'm gonna apologize, Pistachio. Not sure what that means. I do have the brush pen. If you look at the earlier live streams, I've used the brush. And I have bought the 8-pack, and I bought the 3-pack, and I bought the 5-pack, and I go to the store and I buy singles too. But I do have several art stores where I can walk in and I can pick them up individually. I did, like I said, in the early live streams, I was doing quite a bit of extra brush work. I've got the Micron brush, and I actually love it. But since I decided to go to longer streams and try to make them real clean looking, I've kind of ditched the brush for now. But that does not mean it won't come back up. But yeah, I do really like the brush, so go for it. Definitely try the brush. And they've also got a thicker one that's kind of like a Sharpie type head on one as well. It's pretty nice to use as well. I don't have one currently, but I've used it in the past and it's pretty nice. All right. Background, what are we doing here? What color? Let's get the inks out. So we're gonna go, I feel like dark navy or black even. So for the background color, let's go with the marine blue. But we're not going to do it just straight marine blue. I think I'm going to thin it down with some white. Oh, sorry. Pisco, my bad. Hopefully I'm not butchering it. I'm just glancing at the screen while I'm working, so I'm kind of thumbing through the chat, and I do apologize if I mispronounce. So it's Pisco. Okay, Pisco, gotcha, buddy. Try not to mess that up. Yeah, I used Zig pens for a long time. I really like the Zig pens quite a bit. In fact, all I could get a hold of back in like high school and college, the place near the college sold the Zig pens and they were cheaper, so I was all over those and I love those things. But they don't currently have it at the art store where I go at now, and I just haven't custom ordered them any time lately, so I'll pull this number 3 back out. Missed the lines right in there. Gonna be a little weird little spot. We'll get to it. So I went and I brought in the water everything down. Red in the eyes? Yeah, we could probably do that. That might not be a bad idea, putting the red in the eyes, honestly. If I'm going to go dark on this out here, in the center of the face, I'm going to darken that up. I think doing a little pop of color in the eyes is actually a really good idea. So, yeah, let's run with that. You guys are just showing up to the channel and watching the stream, do me a favor, show me a little bit of love and smash that thumbs up. I appreciate all the help you can get with the little YouTube algorithm. They like it when people comment, they love it when people join the chat, and they love it when people hit that thumbs up. And hopefully you'll subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. We do go live here several days a week. And we create new work daily, start to finish. I can't promise that every day will be a massive success, but I will promise you that I'll try and do my best. Yeah, that's a real light blue. That's fine. We'll start with a super light blue, and we'll work our way up. Again, I plan on taking him to the darker side of things, so we don't want to get too crazy with the background, but we'll get some color mocked in there for sure. Bit dark, we just add a little more water. I'm gonna get right up to the edges, but we don't want to go over too much. Again, if I do on accident, we can correct it. That's not the end of the world. Blend that out. And that's super light. We have to darken everything up here in a minute. One of my god robots, one of my big pieces. I've not painted a god, but I painted a devil. In the devil painting, I've actually got a singing angel on a wine bottle. I think we're gonna put gold in here too. I'm picturing this piece being in the black and gold. Definitely gotta have to pop this blue a bit more. It's fine, we'll darken it up as we get around here, closer into the center. One of your gold, not God, huh? Okay. I don't think I've yet to do a golden robot. I've definitely used gold in my robots sometimes. We're gonna do it in this piece too, actually. We're gonna use black with gold trim, I think is where we're going with this. That's how I'm picturing him as I work him. Picture him being a bit of golden color. Probably am using way too big of a brush currently. And I know that this color on camera shows up pretty vibrant. I don't know what it is with the blues, this particular blue. Blues seem very, my camera wants to pick them up as extremely vibrant colors. They're much more subtle in real life. But on the camera, man, it just looks like I'm painting with electric blue, doesn't it? Like an electric teal. I think every time, at least on my camera I have in front of me, that's what it kind of looks like. Call me Rob. You can call me Stinky or you can call me Michael. I'm not sure about Rob. You can call me Robot if you want, that's fine. But if you really want to, you can call me Rob. I've been called worse. Robo, there you go. You can call me Robo is fine. I think it's mainly because I've known some Robs in my past. Kind of squared him out a little bit. Okay. Now we need to add, let's go in here and switch up brushes. That brush is just too mighty. And the color is a little bit drab. So what are we gonna do about that? I think we're gonna splatter some. Let's do that. Get some splatter going. Let me get a brush I can control a little bit better though. Dark blue. Let's helps if it comes off the brush. Let me see. Okay, so much for that brush. That brush is too controlled. I need a... Maybe we want chaos after all. Let's go with chaos. Papa Smurf, huh? Yeah, I prefer Michael, I think. Here. I want to keep it mainly right back there on the neck. Here, around the neck, we're going to go with the splatter. We'll do a little bit here in front. All right, Pisco. Cars are cool. Alright, we're gonna go into some Payne's Gray. Where's my Payne's at? That's black. We will need that. We'll save that for later. We are going to do black heavy on this one. But I want Payne's Gray for now. I lied. We're gonna go dark purple. Just for another splash of color. Alright, here we go. Now we got some splatters in him, but that's a big deal. We're going to clean this up as we go. Shouldn't be that big a deal. But we are going to wipe it dry. Yeah, try to get rid of some of these splatters, just the big ones. We're going to go through and clean up anything. Ooh. It's bleeding on me. Clean that up. Alright, here we go. Let's let this all dry up. Alright, we're good to go. That's our background. Starting with the dark side of things first. Go with the black and the gray and a gray and white. That's how we're going to start off. We're going to use some purple in this black as well. That's going to be our kind of our launch off color. We're going to start, it's going to be black, but we're going to start by actually drawing in the purple. You guys are welcome to talk amongst yourselves in the chat. I'll be working here, so it's going to be a little while before I respond to you guys, so I'm sorry about that, but we got a lot to do and a little time to get it done. I'll look up and check it every once in a while, but for right now I need to just kind of kick in to high gear and start working. Add some purple in here and all these little areas that are going to be eventually black, but we're gonna have some purple accents in here and there, so that's why we're building up the purple right now into these areas. Yeah, good on you there, Pesco. Okay, there we go. We're going to move over into some of the black detail. We're not going to go full black. We're going to water. Oops, I got the black out. We're going to water down this black and kind of do a light gray at first. Not a light gray, but a very watery run. Don't want to go full black immediately. Kind of work it in. Figure out kind of where our lights to bounce off of. I suggest something in your next car. Yeah, I don't know, not necessarily much of the car suggestion type videos. We can maybe a robot butler. I want to drive it for you, automated, self-driving. Interesting and scary technology coming down the pipe. I like the idea of automated self-driving and all that, mind you, but I do not necessarily want to give up driving. I like driving. I'm a big fan of my car. I love driving my car. Well, I'm not sure if I'm too keen on the whole driverless vehicle thing. You know what? I tried to save this purple, but I think we're going to have to kind of wash in over top of it for the most part. And then I'll come back and I'll pull out the grays and I'll put more purple and violet over top. That should in theory. Good. Yeah, is anybody else hanging out with us in the chat, or is it just Pisco right now? If you guys haven't had a chance to hit that thumbs up, do me a favor, reach down, show me a little love, nail that thumbs up button for me. Smash it. Make sure you hit that bell notification as well, so you know every time I go live. We do a drawing almost every day here on the channel. Thanking your wife, you're still hanging out. Awesome. Awesome. You drawing with me tonight, or you just hanging and watching? Gotta work on some of those white details. P-Funk still in the house. Awesome. Yahtzee. Here's a game I haven't played in a while. I'm kind of flirting with the new concept here, because I know what I want to do with the whole blackout face. I know exactly what I want it to look like. I do it all the time with my heavy-bodied acrylics, but I've yet to do it with the acrylic inks. This is going to be pretty interesting to see how this works and turns out tonight. Definitely another one of those experimental phases we're in. I think it turned out just fine, but again, I have been wrong before, but we'll see. I will paint it. You guys can judge it. What kind of suggestions you looking for, Bisco? Suggestions on what to draw, suggestions on life. What kind of car to buy? Well, what kind of suggestions you looking for? Next car. I know you said you like electric cars, right? I'm a big Jeep guy. I like my Jeeps. They've got an electric Jeep out right now, so maybe that's what I suggest. Maybe an electric Jeep. Oh, you want to do a drawing? There you go. Then yeah, definitely draw a Jeep. Draw a really wicked electric Jeep. See what you can do with it. Stick it up on some big old 40-inch tires. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You did say you make car design, so yeah, definitely. Draw yourself a sweet car. That's my If you want to know what kind of car I would draw, it's definitely a Jeep. I know I drew a lot of lowriders too back in the day. I drew a lot in like high school and junior high, especially. I drew a lot of lowrider BMWs with like an alien guy hanging out of it and stuff like that. It's all about drawing either lowriders or big old monster trucks. But I drew has the little front-facing one I would draw all the time. I was real big into lowrider art. You may remember lowrider. They had the lowrider magazine, lowrider bike magazine, but then my favorite one is they had the lowrider art magazine, and it came out every couple months or something like that. Oh, that was the best. I had stacks of lowrider art magazines when I was a kid. We'd go in every time I went to the gas station. That's the first place I went to go look, is do they have the new lowrider art? I wish I still had them. I have no idea where my collection went. I'm sure my parents threw them out years ago. We got real big into that stuff a little bit when I was younger. Never built the lowrider cars. I was always too broke to do that. But we had ourselves found some lowrider bike frames and built up bikes and stuff when we were younger. And we used to throw them in the car show from a small town. So we were able to put them in the car show with the big cars and stuff like that. They let us enter our bikes. I had a 1964 Schwinn frame. Got the owner of a Jeep, huh? Your own company? Nice. Yeah. Well, draw the car you have, or draw the car your favorite car. That's what I'd suggest to you. But yeah, me and a buddy of mine, we got kind of big into building up our little lowrider bikes. It was a lot of fun. Small kid, big city dreams. That's what it was. I really moved up in the world when I got my first car. Yeah. 1982 Ford Escort. Found me some 12-inch church speakers with the smallest little magnet quilt you've ever seen. Jerry rigged it up to my little cassette tape player. And I was cool. I had wheels, I was mobile, and I had tunes. Listen to Dr. Dre the Chronic on my little tape deck. I'm not even sure my kids have ever even seen a cassette tape. Alright. It's gotten pretty darn dark, and we're gonna have to figure out how to pull this back. Like I said, I've never done a full-on black one, or not used this black ink very much. And it's very not too forgiving. So this is all experimental. Like I said, until I started this live stream, I'd only barely used the acrylic inks. This is officially my 35th piece I've done with them, so, but minus the few I had ahead of time. Alright, so do forgive me if they're not perfect, but we are trying. Let's see here. We're gonna go with, I'm gonna bring in like it typically would. We're gonna keep that purple going because I will bring that back in because I'm going to dip it into the gray and try to pull some of the details out of the black. Gray, and then I'll bring in also some white here in a minute. I haven't seen that one yet. I know what movie you're talking about. That's one I haven't actually watched yet. On my list of things to watch. Is it one I can watch with the kids? I am mother. Thought that one was a little more. Yeah, my kids watch everything. Who am I kidding? We definitely had a few moments where we're like, we probably shouldn't have showed that to our kids. Alright, come on. Get this black to lay down here and blend in. And I think that's the key. I gotta make sure I'm blending this black in. Can't just let it colors sit on top of each other. You have to blend well. I'm sure on your side of it probably just looks like I'm solid black. Trying not to. That's the idea. I see where I'm going with it now. All right. We're on the right track. Now we're cooking with fire. Kind of figured out what I need to do. I think I just cracked the code. Took me a second. But I had to just keep fiddling with it until I figured out which direction I wanted it to go. Now I think I got it. I think I got it. And what I'm doing, I'm coming back out here and I'm basically filling it in with the gray, leaving only areas of shadow in here that I want shadowed. This stark black area. We'll come back and clean this up as well here in a minute. That's what I wanted. Now I'll come back in here with the black. I'll wash in our shadows. There we go, beautiful. go back in here with the white in just a second. Get it all kind of to the same level. Then I'll experiment with that purple one more time. I think I know what I need to do now to get that purple to work. A little more sketchy down here in this area. That's fine. Base, we have to stay a little more what we want. Now get to that level. I'll come in here just into this purple. May not show up dramatically on the camera, but it definitely is showing up in person. Yeah, that looks pretty decent with that purple. Okay. Now it seems like we're truly working over this area pretty heavy, and we are. So let's ready to move on. Let's see. I get the back side of all these rivets now. So and let's go to bring in the white highlights so we can move on. That is a good question, Stacy. Who's winning the Yahtzee match? Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Welcome to the chat. It's good to see new people showing up. I'll just get some highlights going in here. No, not Tank. Tank would never cheat on something like that, right, Tank? Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks, Super Secret. Super Secret. I like that. We'll call you Secret. Secret. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys have this stream, you should see my larger work. See the stuff I do on the larger scale. That stuff right there behind me. We're going to be doing a little bit of that stuff coming up pretty soon on the stream. I've got some upcoming paintings that need to get done. And so we're going to be doing some, not live stream, but we're going to be dropping a few more videos on the channel with some time-lapse work. I'll be working on some much larger pieces. I think I've got I'm debating, I've got one sketch I'm working on pretty soon. And as soon as I get this commission kicked out, which I was working on that today, we're getting I'm getting fairly close where I can get that commission buttoned up, get it shipped out. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's a few drawings, but how'd you find mine? What were you searching for? Just drawing, or you're looking for robots? What were you looking at when you came across my name? Just out of curiosity. You know, here on my channel, at least, we start do a piece a couple days a week, and they are start to finish. I really jump in with not a whole lot of idea behind it, other than I typically draw robots, but I often draw animals as well. And I do a piece from start to finish, a couple days a week. Hopefully I can get you to start coming by the channel more often there, Secret. You like the blue? Yeah, I wish. You gotta see it in person. I'm really liking this blue. It's more of a teal. It really is. This it's called marine, but it's either a dark teal or a light teal, depending on how I lay it on there. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite colors. I just picked it up. It's my new one. So yeah, we're playing with it. Have to accentuate these eyes a little bit, like we'll do in some. Yeah. It's never too late to at least jump in and do it for a hobby. We've got a few people that are drawing with me now on this channel, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to get started. This is fairly, I'm fairly new to live streams. I've been doing it a couple weeks now, about a month. I've been doing these live streams, and I'm trying to slowly build up a community of people who are just interested in working on art and practicing and want to show up and join me to draw every day, or at least, you know, not every day. You can show up whenever you can, but and this part of the purpose of me doing this live stream in general is just so that I practice my work daily. And so it's forcing me to sit down and create a new piece of art almost every day. But that's really the best way to improve. You know, there's a lot of people who haven't done art in a long time. I've got a lot of people on my YouTube or Facebook feed popping up that are showing like, oh, I haven't drawn in years, and look what I did. Look what I did. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of exciting. Pretty exciting. You don't have to be the best artist to enjoy drawing. No, you really don't. I think my aunt picked up art again. She started making the adult coloring books. She's just doing her own drawings and set them out, and then she's making those adult coloring books and putting them out for workout. And that's pretty awesome to see. You know, she didn't pick up art again until she was probably close to her 50s, I think, where she started picking it back up. I may be wrong about that, so All right, here we go. I think I'm done with this portion. I got we'll probably come back a little bit later and add just a touch more to it. If you're like me, you're anxious to see me move on into the next section, so we're just about to do that. I'm gonna brush in just a little more purple. I like having that purple in the black. And it's subtle, but it's there. Now let's hit these rivets real quick. And we can move on. Okay. Let's do this actual steel, and then we'll come back and we're going to add the gold banding all the way around near the end. So we'll go gold banding, gotta be gold. So next part is the steel work, which we're going to start off with a light blue, a little bit different than the background. So I'm going to jump in. I like using the processed sienna for this color. But we're also going to keep this pretty light. You do not want to overpower your blues at all. I'm going to keep it nice and very, very light. This is just going to basically add reflection. So all we're after right now is just a little bit of reflection. So we'll add some gray, muddy it up, bring in some white, and it'll look just like it's reflective. I'm not gonna. And it's a little dark, and I like it. Oh. Just kind of like that. We want to go a little darker right underneath that. There. And we're basically working from back to front, so we make a little mistake here and there. It's not that big a deal. We can always go back and correct things as we go. Even though these are inks and they are some translucent, you can get some opacity to it as well. That's nice, Cat. Me and my wife met in art school. That's where we met. We were in graphic design together. Met in art school. We both had a short little stint working in graphic design for just a very short while. But neither one of us are doing it now. Other than every once in a while I kick out a billboard or something like that for the nightclub. I moonlight up at everyone. The moonlight as a bartender from time to time, and they've had me do a few billboards for them. I try not to pick up the work. It's just not that much fun to me anymore. But yeah, I don't even remember the last time my wife made anything artistic. We went out and got one of them real jobs. He hasn't messed with that in a long time. She used to be real big into drawing and photography when we first got together. She's still a big fan of critiquing my work though. It's pretty nice also having a wife that's actually classically trained on how to critique. So that's nice. Not that I always listen to her critiques, but she definitely offers it up. One of these days I'll have her step out here onto the stream and say hi, but she's still stream shy. She doesn't want to do it yet. One of these days. Okay, so we're getting pretty close to being finished up with what we're going to do in the steel work. I'm not sure about the neck yet. I'm thinking I'm going to stick with the gold banding here. I'll probably go black on the neck too, so I may have to come back and darken that up as well. In fact, I know I'm going to, so we might just go ahead and do that before we get too far. I'll probably double back and blacken the neck up. All right, so now for the shadows. What about the grill? What do you think? Should I make the grill chrome and steel, or should I try to make that gold as to go with the outside elements, the banding elements? What do you think? Silver or gold? The social media, that's the problem I struggle with. I'm just young enough that I understand social media. I'm just old enough that social media sucks. And I know I should be posting like daily. I've got content to post my social media daily, but once I finish up my live streams and I try to go on to my other work, I don't have time to be doing all this social media junk. And I know I need to. You're a social media fanatic. I fully get it. I should be out there. And everybody tells me all the time, especially my sister. She's always on my tail to get more social media stuff out. I know I need to. Got the content. It's just I don't have the time. When I shut down the studio, I go to be a father. I don't have to go on to Instagram and Facebook, and I know I should. Should for sure. Let's see, I'm looking for my indigo, by the way. One of these days, what I need to do is just hire someone in to my studio that comes in just to post social media for me. Of course, that's someone who works for very, very cheap. If you're in Kansas City and you work for basically free, let me know. Maybe we can work something out. But that's the one frustrating thing about the art market anymore is you just gotta have a social media presence. If you want to do anything with art, you gotta have that social presence. And that was, even when I was in art school, that wasn't really a thing at all. I don't think I ever had one single professor in all of my art training ever once tell me, make sure you run in social media. If you're curious, it's Stinky_robot on Instagram. If you want to go over there and subscribe to that, I will be trying to post more stuff over there. And I eventually need to start doing more of Facebook and Instagram, letting people know, hey, I will be going live today. I won't be going live. Again, young channel, still kind of growing pains. Well, we will get it all figured out one of these days. But I truly hate social media. I really do. Says the guy on YouTube. Yeah, we're kind of, what I'm doing is I'm building some shadow work into this, what's going to be like I don't know, not really chrome, but it's going to be more of like his metallic metal colors. So we're building these shadows in right now. And I'll come over here in a second. I will wash over a bunch of gray. We're going to make things really, really muddy. And then we're going to pull the white and stuff into it and pull it right back out, and it's going to look pretty sharp. Should look metallic when it's all said and done. I'm getting fairly decent at it at this point. Okay. Bring in some blue. But we're entering the muddy phase. So for the next phase we're going to go through here, it's going to look at times like he's just jumbling it up. He's not going anywhere. It's just kind of all blending in together. That's all right. We've got to go through this muddy phase, come back out the back side of it with a gnarly looking piece of art. And now that I'm done bitching about social media, I think it's time for another selfless plug and self-promotion. So if you guys have just found my YouTube channel and it's your first time here, or if you guys have just stopping in to say hi, show me a little love. Reach down there and smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, makes my channel go reach a few more new people who've never seen my work before, which is fantastic. Super Secret can attend to that. I think YouTube reached out and found them, so we're it does seem to do some work. I appreciate everybody. I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. We do go live here a couple days a week and we do a piece of art. You don't have to always watch me live, but you can always join it, watch later. I encourage everybody to draw along with me. If you're here to watch, that's fine. If you draw robots, that's awesome. If you want to draw a portrait of your mother-in-law, if you want to draw a mountainscape or a dove, by all means, you draw whatever is in your heart. You draw whatever you want to. Just draw and sketch along with me. That's all I ask. Or just hang out in the chat and talk and give us entertainment. That's also fine. You know, all these live streams are going to be available at my website at stinkyrobotart.com. Right there below my beautiful face. Go over there and take a look. You can see my full body of work over there. You see the larger paintings, not just the quick little live streams that we do here on the channel. We do a lot of my other work has a many hours involved in creating those works of art. So if you want to see what my actual work looks like, I encourage you to go over there, take a quick look. You'll also find these live streams for sale over on the website. They are sold as blind boxes because I do produce so many of them that it's easier this way for me to sell them as a blind box. But by all means, you do not have to buy it. If there's a particular one you like, if you see something that I've created that you really want, just go to my website and drop a comment to me. It'll shoot me a quick email saying, hey, I'm interested in live stream number 35. Is it still available? And I will let you know yes or no. If I have it, I'll make sure that that is the one we get shipped out to you. So you can pick and choose as long as I have it in stock. Yeah, that's great. Super Secret, if you're going to come back and draw with me, that is fantastic. I would love to see you show back up in the stream again, and this time pencil in hand. That would be absolutely fantastic. Speaking of which, Stacy, where's Jason? Is he drawing with me tonight, or is he... You got him slaving away with that kid again? My poor brother-in-law. My poor brother-in-law. I think one of the most exciting things that I love about doing this is I'm finding people from all over the country joining me, and that is awesome. We got Tank and Kate, our cat, over there in West Virginia. We've got WT showing up from Kentucky. And same with P-Funk. I think he's in Kentucky as well. We've got some people showing up from my hometown, which is always fun. Where are you from, Super Secret? What part of the country are you from? Or part of the world, really? Now I've got some people from Colorado Springs that have showed up a few times. Ah, Sweden. Very nice. My sister-in-law is from Sweden. I've got a bit of international in my family. I married a woman from Thailand, and my brother married a woman from Sweden. And that is one place we've been really wanting to go. One of these days, we're going to find my way over there. We were pre-COVID. We were kind of mapping a little bit of an idea that one time we go. My brother would come with me when we go over to Thailand and spend time. Him and his wife would go to Thailand with us on one vacation, and we turn around and we go with him and my sister-in-law to Sweden for their. COVID's kind of messed all of that stuff up. In fact, my neighbor just got back from Sweden. Him and his family, that were real good friends of ours across the street, he had an opportunity with his job to go over and work in Sweden for a couple of years, and he was scheduled to be over there for about 5 or 6 years. But COVID hit, and they ended up cutting the trip a little bit short. They were over there for, I think, 2.5 years. They just rented their house out while they were gone, and they just got back about 6 months ago or so. Yep, I'm ready for it. We love traveling. I'm really anxious for it. The only travel we have in our future, at least this summer, is going to be a few camping trips. We do a lot of camping, so. Not sure if I'll do it or not, but I've kind of been thinking about packing up my drawing gear and so when we do go camping, I won't be able to do live streams most likely because, the old Wi-Fi issue, but we might. I can always record myself like I'm doing a live stream, and as soon as I get to Wi-Fi, I can drop it on, and you can do some drawing by the campfire or something like that. It could be fun. I got all kinds of ideas like that in the back of my head. I'm not sure which ones we'll end up doing or not, but we'll make it fun here on the channel going forward. Another question I want to pose to you guys is this week was a little bit slow. We took some time off for the holidays and came back. Not a lot of people showed up in my morning streams, it seemed like. It seems like the evening streams are way more popular. I'm on the fence whether to keep, because I was doing the evening streams just basically on Thursday and Friday when I can go live on Friday. But would you guys prefer that you see me doing the evening drawings? Of course, evening here in Kansas City at Central Time. I'm playing on the idea of maybe I'll move most of them to the evenings. Something about chickens. Oh, yeah, that's a different neighbor. Yeah, the chicken stool neighbor. That's a little bit of a different neighbor we have. That's on the behind the one in Sweden that works on the chicken stools. We just couldn't be more happy with the neighborhood we live in. That was when we were shopping for houses. My daughter was born, my wife was pregnant with my son, and the number one thing we were looking for in a neighborhood is we really want to be in a trick-or-treat neighborhood. If you know what that means, then you know what that means. But yeah, we wanted a trick-or-treat neighborhood, and I couldn't be more excited about the neighborhood we found. I think we've been here about going on 10 years. I think we're a little over 10 years in this house now, and we definitely have that trick-or-treat neighborhood vibe, and we're good friends with all of our neighbors. There's tons of kids that are riding around the neighborhood like the dirt bike gang, and they're all pretty close, so it's nice. We threw a big old Halloween party last year. We deck our whole house out, you imagine, and turn it into full spooky haunted house, and had a big party with all the neighbors came over last year. That was a lot of fun. I think we're gonna start making that more of a tradition. So yeah, good neighborhoods are hard to find sometimes. We love ours. And best part, we live right next to IKEA. So That was actually a really good thing. IKEA came in, our property value just shot up. We're like, sweet, I love IKEA. Of course, so did our taxes, and we're like, oh, well. That's the good, the bad, I guess. Property values go up, and so do your taxes. Go. Now we're going to add the gray in. We're going to start. This is where we get real muddy. We're going to keep it a nice loose gray, so it's mostly water is what we're doing. So we're basically sitting in about 60-70% water, 30-40% gray, kind of going back and forth, and we don't want to get too dark with this gray. We want to leave quite a bit of the actual natural white showing. We're just kind of blending that blue back a little bit because we don't want the bright blue anymore. We're going to blend that blue back. Get that 10 times fast. Blend the blue back, blend the blue back. We're going to blend that blue back a little bit. Blend that gray right over top of it, using different amounts of gray each time. Like, go real wet, darken it up a little bit darker. We want that blue shining through, but we don't want it too strong. And this craft of it is just knowing how much is enough and how much is too much. Let's see here. Gold smiley face on the grill. That's what I was looking for. I need a gold smiley face on the grill. Okay. I was just debating whether I should, if I need to do that now, if I'm going to do it silver. Gray or gold it is. I like the way you think, Tank. Tell you what, it's a lot funner on these live streams when people show up to talk. The morning ones, I've always got WT. He's always in there joining me. That's nice. The only reason I'm thinking about switching to night though, just to have a few more voices in the crowd. Feeds my ego just a little bit, makes me excited to work. Let's see. Now it's gonna start really coming together here in a minute. Need to put a little drop shadow on those rivets as well. See, I'm just kind of feathering all this in. This is the muddy phase. Like anybody watching my videos knows I go through a muddy phase in most of my work. It's a little bit distracting sometimes. You're like, man, he's just putting it on there, isn't he? Yeah, he is. But we're gonna pull it back in just a minute, then you'll all make sense. Right there, let's get the water out. The water eraser. Very, very light here. No. And this gray just right over top this blue. Kind of working it a little more random. More random, the more natural it looks. We don't want it to look too uniformed. You want me to give him gold balls? It's not that kind of drawing. Oh wait, on his ears. Okay. Gold balls on his ears. You could do that. I don't see why not. Sure. So we're going to use kind of like the ochre and black, you know, and the gold, and we're going to use the oranges in the face. So that we have two different yellows, and that it should play together really nicely when we get to that part. So stay tuned. We will get there. So right there. Same on the side here. It's dark a bit. However, I'm not talking a lot on the chat right now. I'm just kind of focused on what I'm doing here. But by all means, have a conversation, guys. Okay. Now we got 2 more steps to do this part and we can move on. That is first and foremost, we gotta jump over to our Payne's Gray. We gotta work in our dark part of the shadow. Then we will jump into that white finally. How's that for my hands? They are blue. Maybe I am Papa Smurf. All right, here we go. And the Papa Smurf, that's a whole other story. I think I've told it before on this website, or the, so I'm not gonna go back into it, but yeah. There was a time you could call me Papa Smurf. Right now, what we're doing is going through, we're just pushing our deepest shadows all the way down to Payne's Gray. I get overly carried away with it, especially when you're up against that blackish color. Really muddy with that blackish color. We may have to kind of pull that just a little bit. I need to feather out some of these details. I don't know. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. But we'll see how it looks in the end. If I need to do a little tunes and touch-ups, we will. All right, back to the black. Payne's Gray that is. A few little areas we need to hit with this. Just got enough of that. Let's move forward. I will need to do a little bit of touch-ups on these rivets, but we will do that here in a second. So where are we at? 2 minutes. Got an hour left on my target goal. So we will gotta move a little bit quicker. Gotta get the white going. This is where we'll start kind of rubbing out the details a little bit. Clean up a lot of these splatters from when I made that background as well. Let's get those kind of painted back out. For my big head, sometimes when I get into the details, I get a little bit in the camera. Try not to, but sometimes I go back and watch my videos after the fact, see how things went, and I'm like, oh, there's my big old head again. There's my big old head again. You guys can feel free to yell at me if you want. Just tell me down in the front. I think once we get the a lot of the gold detail in tank, it'll kind of make more sense. We'll be able to look at it and go, should be a little clearer what color we'll use. We'll see. I do like the gold idea on the balls, going with a lot of gold in this piece. We did pretty much black and gold. We will have to just wait and see let's see what we're feeling here in a minute. Smoothing out some of that detail, that gray and that blue we put in, and kind of see how this is all nice and smooth right here now. We're going to come back and do the rest of him. If we're successful, it'll look more metallic. I did get the link to the brushes that you sent me. I have not purchased them yet. Yeah, I got the link. Thanks, appreciate that, Tank. I'll probably order some in when I'm looking at getting some new brushes. All right, Zipper Secret, have a great night. Good night to you. We hope to see you here again. Yeah. All right, here we go. Get this cleaned up fairly quickly here. And we can do this little rivet detail, and then we can move on to the gold banding. I've decided to get to the next level of this drawing. Call it leveling up, I guess. You're gonna level up. All right. Rivets. Oh, the dark gray. At the back side of each one of these rivets. A little bit behind the rivet as well. Get the Payne's gray second. One just a little swipe behind, though too much. Water down a little bit, and just give a swipe behind each one of these rivets. Swipe, 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 swipe. Not too much, just enough to create a bit of a drop shadow. Like that. Now we just gotta hit direct white. And pop a highlight right on top of each one of these little rivets. Done and done. Okay. All right, where are we at? Little area here. We're gonna, before we move on, we need to go through the whole thing and just see if there's any little areas we forgot to touch upon. And that's one right there. Add the and here and over here. Clean all that up real quick. Okay. We're going to shoot for the ochre now. Yellow ochre. We're going to start in with our gold. First thing we're going to do is just kind of water wash some gold over the entire thing. We'll leave a little bit of white showing here and there, so we can go back and easily add the highlights to it. But for the most part, keep it. You're just going to water wash everything with this gold ochre. Few areas in there we'll be cleaning up as we go. Not a big deal. For now, we're going to get rid of this gold. We'll go in here and add the details and shadows here in a second. That'll make it all come to life. Now we're just laying down a base color. Filling in our base colors. Oh yeah, we really got to turn up our volume. Turn up our speed here, guys. We're running a little long tooth on this one. I put a lot of detail in this piece. One of those where I started adding details and I just kept on going. Put it through. Now we're going to use black and ochre, mostly ochre, black. Thanks, Kat. Kind of darkening the black in a little bit, or we're going to go way deep in the shadows. I'm sure that looks like a real bright yellow on your side. It's pretty muted on mine, but these camera lenses, of course, really like picking this ink up and brightening everything up. But rest assured, we're pretty neutral on my side of things. Need to kind of come on, add the shadow side of the too dark. I think it's time to get my big old head up in here again so I can get close into the details. I can make this look proper. See here. We'll finish up one particular area just so you can kind of see what we're going to do. See what this is going to look like when we're done. Yeah, lots of gold. Boy. Alright, my palette is full. I gotta clean this up. No more space. Alright, there we go. Now I got a little more room to work. Yeah, I wish I had people donate it to me. That would be pretty awesome, but I am not monetized yet, so the donation button is not live yet. But we're working on it, so if you want to help me out with that, you can always subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, leave comments and all that. Helps out with that YouTube algorithm so I can get this channel monetized. But I do have some pretty awesome people on here that have purchased work. We're in the process of purchasing some work from my website, which is right there. If that's something you're interested in, you always jump on my website, check out my goods, see what I've got on there for sale. A good way to support me here on the channel is going over to my channel or my website and help checking out what I got. I know several of you have already been on my website and you've been contacting me and stuff. Guys, I appreciate that a lot. That's super fantastic of you. Big interest in my work always humbles me. My kids really enjoy eating. That's a great perk. Selling something is My kids sure do enjoy eating. No, but in all honesty, guys, a lot of you guys have been fantastic, and I do appreciate everything you guys have been doing and saying. I know a lot of you have been promoting my work outside of the chat room as well. That is definitely not gone unnoticed. You guys are amazing. I've got some pretty awesome followers. My early adopters. Some of the first here to the channel, first to adopt, first to subscribe, the first to hang out. Some of you guys are here like clockwork when I go live. I know I can count on you being in here, which is just fantastic. Oh, sorry about that. I'll pull it over here right now if you want. A lot of times I keep it off camera because it can get pretty sloppy sometimes. But I've got a black and I've got the ochre. Normally they don't blend so much in together, but they ran together. So now I'm just kind of mixing similar in the middle, pulling the color out. I normally don't like them that close together. In fact, they're giving me a little bit of a headache being that close together. Just the black. Go pretty dark right in here. As a lot of you know, if watching my channel, I typically like to use Payne's Gray in my shadow work, but I don't know if you've heard it before, but there's some people in here who haven't yet. When I'm working in yellow, I stay away from the Payne's Gray because Payne's Gray is blue in tone, and you'll end up with a green. May or may not be what you're after. So this, when you're working with yellows and I want to do shadows, I have to go to blacks. Otherwise I'll end up with green, and that's just not my intended colors. That's a good example why I normally don't put my palette out here. I just put my arm right in it. Oh well. You live and you learn. Okay. Really careful here. Man, we went deep on this one tonight. Not intending the live stream to go this long, but we're going to be a bit on the long side tonight. We may have our first one that goes over 3 hours. We will see. Right now, again, going through that muddy phase where we will pull it back here in a minute. And we might have to, I'm imagining we will clean up some of these lines with a pen. I don't typically like doing it. Just the way the nature of this black on shadows, not liking the way they're playing together they're not playing together very nicely. They're having an argument. We will, but I've got ways I can fix it, I think. We will find out here in a minute. too dark here because we are going to go and have some black detail in just a second. So we got to make sure we don't go too dark. The area looks like the perfect tone, but when I dip in it, the black is sitting underneath the yellow. The yellow is like sitting on top of it. So what's happening is I reach in to get that perfect color, but I'm really just reaching in to grab the black that's there. Just gotta keep working. Come in here in a minute, add these white highlights in the whole piece. That gold pop a little bit. You have to definitely blacken that neck out. It's coming up shortly. Now the too dark again. I have to put some more yellow out there. That yellow's getting tainted. That's one reason I don't like putting them that close. I did too close together, and what's happening is that they're just mixing, and that black is seeping into that yellow. I need to keep that more separate. I can mix over here, but then I need to bring the white over here, the yellow. Mix it over here in a separate spot. Now that whole puddle is about the color I want. Alright, I think we're just about where I wanted to be. We're gonna go over in just straight yellow now. Tap a few spots. It's very translucent, so you have to lay it on pretty thick if you want it to cover anything up. And we'll come over the white highlights in just a second. Momentarily. Get us some white out there. I want to come over to just these. That dark yellow in this grill. Oh yeah, sorry Tank, I didn't just saw that. Yeah, they use these are wax paper sheets. They're painter palettes. They're disposable palettes. I prefer them over your palettes you wash and scrape. I've got a bunch of those, but they're a pain. I retired those things years ago, and I pretty much now I just work on these wax paper ones. They're called painter palettes, and they're just disposable. You use up a sheet, rip it off, throw it away. I don't worry about trying to save my paints, or their paints for me are a one-time use. If they dry, that's why I don't make sure I don't put too much out at once, because it will dry up on you. Whether you're using acrylic inks or you're using your heavy body inks, or your heavy body acrylics, sorry, it will dry up on you. So you do have to make sure that you work in a timely manner. That's one thing acrylics teach you is they're time sensitive. So you gotta be fairly quick on the ball if you're gonna work with them. Not so much the ink. The ink lasts a lot longer, but heavy body acrylics will dry out on you. You know, people do all kinds of tricks. You know, put water and wax paper underneath their paint. A lot of other little tricks that they use on acrylics, but I just don't mess with it. I like these. One time use, rip them off, toss them away, and get myself a new palette each time. Get rid of that whole cleanup phase of the work. One of the reasons I quit using oils is just all the cleanup and hassle of it. Pain. Too many highlights there. I don't want to get rid of too much of the yellow, so it's going to be a bit of a juggling act. Yeah, dirty palette's a pain. I mean, you sure feel like an official artist when you got a palette, you know, holding a palette in one hand and a brush in the other. It gives you the official feeling of an artist, but I got over that. Yeah, it's crazy easy to use too much white here. So I'm trying to be just highlighting just certain areas of it. Easily overdo the white. But I'm working with yellow, so I can always just go right over the white with a little bit of yellow and boom. We're back in action. Just like that. I said, don't put too much white in. Look at that. Look at that big old blob. Alright. Oh, that's painful. Alright, that paper towel is done. I have used that one to its full potential. Thanks for those dirty palette boys, huh? I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere. A hot tank likes it dirty. Alright, I want to be real careful here this time. We did quite a bit of talking tonight. Threw the stream off a little bit, but that's all. That's well worth it. Well worth it. Have people show up to talk to. That, and we added quite a bit of detail into this drawing as well. Now, before we go any further, let's black out that neck. Normally I wouldn't go straight black, but should we? I think we're gonna have to. Normally it would be a no-go, but since we have so much black throughout his whole piece, it's gonna have to go straight black. Against my better nature, better something something. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna try the glowing eye thing. We're gonna work on trying to get that, pull that off. I think we can do it. Yeah, I truly appreciate it, Mr. Scream. But like I said, unfortunately, I am not monetized yet. I can't donate to a non-monetized channel. Someday we'll have the monetization up. People will be able to donate. It'll be fantastic when they can. But right now, I can't do the donation thing until I get a few more subscribers and a few more watch hours. Then I'll get to that point. Hey, thanks Southpaw, I appreciate that. Welcome to the family. We do drawings on this channel every once in a while. You know, for all my subscribers at least, and we'll be giving away some art from time to time. So now that you are subscribed, just keep an eye out. I'm not sure when my next drawing will be, but we'll draw something here pretty soon and give away another piece. Okay. Now, yeah, here when I get in a second, I'll jump over and check it out. See what you got. Love to see what other artists out there are creating. What's going on, Jason? You still rocking the ceramic coated palette? I don't hate on those using the regular palettes. I'm too lazy for them. Right. Now we're see if we can clean things up a little bit. Okay. Now, the big question is, do we want to go with the big golden balls on the ears while I got the gold color out, or should we move it into the red zone? I kind of feel like just stick with the gold. I feel like he's all black and gold today. Thanks, Southpaw. Appreciate that. Hopefully you'll get a second to jump over the website and see the larger works. Again, big old robot paintings, because I draw robots. That's what we do. A name like Stinky Robot, how can I not? And a last name like Smell, how do I not draw stinky things? Also, anybody showing up on the stream here, or you're watching it after the fact, these are for sale. They are for sale on my website. I hope you guys get a chance to swing by, take a look what I got. I do sell these as blind box sets so that you can order one up and get surprised, just like Christmas Day when it shows up in your mail. But I always tell everyone, you're welcome to drop me a line on the web. Just hit the contact there on the website. Shoot me a real quick email before you order one. And if there's one particular one you like, I will, if it's available, I will gladly ship you out that one. Just make sure you contact me before you actually make your purchase, which I know some of you have been doing, and I appreciate that so much. Well, one day, Southpaw, I'll get that monetization on the channel. Once that happens, we'll have that fancy donate button. That'll be a glorious day, and we will all celebrate. Oh, we got it. Oh, 1 second. I got somebody at my door. Got a friend wanted to say hi. She was scratching at my studio door. Say hi, Oreo. That's Oreo. She is our 16-year-old diabetic cat with one tooth left. So, for those who've been watching the channel a while, I talk about my kids and stuff all the time, and you know, I have two children. One is, my daughter has type 1 diabetes, and my son will have diabetes. He's tested positive for the markers, and so he's pre-diabetic, and he will have it at some point in his life. That's not a big deal. We deal with it. It's really not that hard of us for us to manage it. But we find out both my kids have diabetes, and we're like, you know, finally get over the idea that, okay, our kids have diabetes, you know, and how to manage it. Then our cat gets sick, and I take the cat into the vet, and sure enough, the vet looks at us and goes, your cat has diabetes. So I'm like, what? There is something in our water. Our house is on Indian burial ground or something. But we have won the diabetes lottery. All right, here we go. We are, I think, done with that portion of it. Let's give this more highlights. There and there, and right there. We got a smiley face and then some eyeballs to do. We can. Okay, same as the other one. This time around, we're going to be using the Indian yellow. Orange. I had a cat. And red earth. We do not necessarily want to color in the teeth. I'm going to clean that line up a little bit. Yep. In fact, I'm going to reach in here. I'll do that last. Okay. All right, we're going to start off with making everything yellow, but leaving a few little areas of white showing for highlights. Again, sometimes you want to leave that pure white out there. Jump in with a little orange this time. Hit the perimeters. Take it all the way around. I'm going to move that. Okay, here we go, guys. A little dark smudge there, but we're just going to add it in, incorporate it into the face. Can't do much about it now. Okay, we're gonna get rid of most of that after all. Most of it gone. Bring in this white. Just kind of trying to breathe some depth. Trying to breathe a little depth into my words here. So caught up in the painting, I'm starting to slur. Sound like I've been drinking up here. Now there's a bad idea. I have tried that. Drinking and drawing never worked out too well. I'm a moonlight as a bartender from time to time, so I've definitely given the old college try to drink and draw. Nope, just like you'd think, it does not work out. Yeah, that kind of drinking I mess up quite often. I don't know if you can see that right on my coffee mug. Does it say? Not coffee. I can promise you that water does not taste that good. Ask me how I know. See, over on this, on my drafting table, I keep my paint mug over here. Coffee mug is over my left side. Not a big deal, but when I'm over working over there on my wall easel, my coffee mug and my paint mug are literally side by side. And I constantly catch myself cleaning my brushes and my coffee and drinking my paint water. I'm just, I'm typically looking at the artwork. I'm looking at what I'm doing. Not paying attention. Mistakes have been made. I want to say it's only happened once. Yeah, at some point you think, the guy's going to learn. He's going to move his coffee mug. He's not going to put it there anymore. Yeah. Where's the fun in that? Again, another good reason I don't paint in oils anymore, because luckily I have never drank turpentine, but I have. I have cleaned my oil paints in my coffee. That has happened. Mmm, delicious. All right. Brighten this yellow up a little bit, especially around this outside area. Like it got a little too light. I want to do it all though. Just want to some of these areas. There. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Now we just got these eyes. Go ahead and take 2 seconds to hit the blow dryer. 1 second. We're gonna go. We don't clean up the ink lines at the end, but I may have to a little bit on this piece. just to make it fully pop out. Now these eyes, what are we gonna do with these eyes? How are we gonna make these eyes really pop? Say we're gonna do red eyes, so let's start with a good old-fashioned flame red. And we're gonna have to make these eyes glowing. So first step in that is we gotta make orange. And tiny little bit of red out there. Attempting to make glowing eyes. Oh, we're gonna make it real dark in the middle and just let it flame out kind of on the go later. That's not the easiest thing in the world to do is make them glowing, but we're working on it. And a little purple. Fire breathing robot, hmm? Oh, that's a little too dark. Too dark, I tell you. Pull some of that out of it. We gotta work with it. We'll work it in somehow. Sometimes mistakes are made and you figure out a way around it. Ah, come on, Michael. I'm getting too anxious. Calm down and whoosha. Take a deep breath. Purple back. Alright, we attempted to make them glow, but I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. Again, we're gonna do a little outlining here. Number 3. I need a number 5, but I think my number 5 is about had it. We are going to go in the number 8. And just in a few areas, we're going to clean up the lines because not something I typically do. But I feel like we're going to need it a little bit in this piece, so we're just going to do it. Mainly because I want to clean this line up. I want a nice crisp line, and I didn't quite get that. It was just the color combination and going with the black, but not the end of the world. It's an easy fix. We just come in here and drop a little bit of an outline here and there. Not going to outline the entire thing, just some areas I feel like could use a little crisping up. That's a little crispy line. I think that's just about all we need. Yeah, about all I think we need. Now we're just going to do our white highlight outline. We are almost done here, guys. We are on the final stretch. Last few little details. We're basically buttoning it up. I like to go around the outside perimeter of all lines and do a nice crisp white line. And I do kind of pops the piece off a little bit better, I think. So it's something I do in all my drawings. I need some crisper white. We're about to put our signature on here, guys. I'm signaling that we're done. So stay tuned for just a second. We're going to do the peel and reveal the final product. Okay. About there. Got the head all traced out. Just gonna trace out the rest of this. Where I get my big old head in there one more time. You guys enjoy the top of my hat, I'm sure. All right, that looks pretty good to myself. I think I'm done with it. Just add a little bit of my black, white, gray, just a little bit here in the eye. Yep. Tiny details. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. This peel and reveal, guys, actually, that's pretty awesome. This turned out great. I want to thank everybody who showed up for the chat, guys. I think it was one of the most successful chats we've had. We had a lot of people showing up, a lot of new faces. It sounds like we got a lot of new subscribers on tonight's video. So thank everybody for showing up. I appreciate it. It sounds like Kat's waiting, so she's having a good day. Sorry, Tank. Maybe next time, buddy. It sounds like awesome. Gonna do some gouache work. That's fantastic. Stacy, Jason, thanks for showing up. Southpaw, that's awesome. Thanks for stepping in. We had even a visitor from Sweden tonight, so that's fantastic. Thank you for showing up. Pescu, hope you have a good night, bud. Let's peel this sucker and see what we ended up with. Very nice. Thank you, guys. Thank everybody for subscribing tonight. Looks like the evening streams are doing better than the morning streams. We may have to make a full transition at some point. I will be live this Friday for sure. So tomorrow night I will be back on here again one more time for the weekend. So hopefully you guys get a chance to step in and say hi to me one more time. As always, I would greatly appreciate it because you guys are all fantastic. And I made an amateur move. Look at that, guys. Peel the thing. I haven't got a signature on there yet. Man, what kind of show am I running here? Let's let people know who I am. Michael Smale. There we go. Now one last thing. And we'll grab last night's here too. Like I said, this week we're doing emoji bots. So I got one more I'll do tomorrow. We'll figure out what emoji we're going to use tomorrow. And this is one I did last night. And the one I did on Tuesday is already sold and gone, so it's shipped out. So I can't show you all three of the emojis. But you can go back in the live stream and see the third one that I made this week. So there will be 4 total. I'm going to do one more emoji bot tomorrow, and then next week we'll do something totally different. So, yep. Let's switch over our camera views one last time. There we go, guys. Again, we're at the longest stream. I did not look at my clock when I switched over. I'll have to go back and see how long we went. But I can tell you we're over 3 hours. We set a new record. This is definitely the longest stream we've done so far. I appreciate everyone for showing out. Overachiever says Tank. Well, I try. I do try. But yep, we got one more this week, guys. Tomorrow, hope everybody can show up. I will go live at the same time, right around 7:30. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I hope you reach down, hit subscribe, ring that bell notification. That way you know when I go live tomorrow. You get notified and you can jump in here. I encourage everybody to draw with me, but hey, if you want to hang out and just talk in the chat, more than welcome, more the merrier. And yeah, if you've watched the thing and you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, smash that button, help me out the algorithm, show me a little bit of love. And no, I'm not monetized yet, so I can't take donations, but maybe one day with your help, we can. So help spread the news a little bit. Give me some love. Guys, I appreciate it. Everybody, see you tomorrow night. Bye, guys.